You've been told that you have to choose between success in this world or success in the hereafter, and that there's absolutely no way for you to get the best of both worlds. For as long as I can remember, I've really been trying to achieve success in both of these worlds, and I think I may have found it. And I'm going to show you exactly how someone like me with no college degree or formal education whatsoever could successfully build a six-figure business, all while staying true to my faith. As far as I could remember, as I started getting to the age where people are now looking for what they want to become, be it profession, be it hobbies and interests, or even where they want to go for university or college, I always found myself thinking a little bit differently. And it wasn't the fact that I didn't have a desire to have a job or didn't have a desire to make money and have a family. No. Rather, my biggest concern was, especially living in the West, was, well, if I want to do those things, if I want to make money, if I want to one day raise a family, if I want to provide for myself and for my family, how do I really do that in a manner which is halal? Because realistically speaking, even if you wanted to go to college or university, you would have to take out a student loan. And unless you were from a very well-off and wealthy family, there was really no way for you to get some sort of higher education without going down that route. And alhamdulillah, having that basic knowledge of my faith and the upbringing that I had from a practicing family, it was very clear to me that this would be a problem. That trying to build a career in where I would have to compromise my faith in any aspect whatsoever could really only lead to trouble. And the more I thought about this as high school went on and the time really came to choose what do I want to do next, alhamdulillah, a door opened for me, and that was to seek knowledge, to study Islam, and one day eventually become a scholar of Islam. And I truly believe that that decision alone shaped my entire worldview of how I see things the way that I do, and why I'm so concerned about people everywhere, man or woman, no matter where you are, what age you're in, to succeed in both this world and the hereafter. The 6 years that I spent in Islamic school were probably one of the most memorable days that I can have. Knowing that my entire day revolved around ibadah, sitting in front of my books with my respected teachers and learning what I did, which is even today very, very minimal. A journey of 6 years where not only did I sharpen my knowledge of Islam, but also really understood what this world is. That the reality is the world is temporary. You and I, we both know that. This is a fundamental belief for us as all Muslims. We consistently find ourselves in this cycle of trying to manage our worldly life and providing for our families, having a job, succeeding in this world, but also trying to manage the fact that we don't want this world to get into the way of my hereafter either. And honestly, this realization didn't even hit me until I graduated from my seminary. Right after finishing up my studies, I had the opportunity to become an imam at my local masjid, and this was a huge blessing. To be able to serve my community, to be able to give them the knowledge that I had learned, not only benefiting their lives, but also increasing my own good deeds. This was a dream come true. The realization finally hit when I asked myself, how do I provide for myself? Being an imam is a job. Some may argue that this is one of the more difficult jobs out there. But me personally, I didn't feel right to serve my community, especially in the form of da'wah, in the form of helping other people increase their iman and using that as a source of income. And subhanAllah, this could even be hard to believe, but that same day I opened up my laptop and did the most simplest of searches. That what are some ways to make money on the side which do not have XYZ? Plug in all the haram things out there. Because I had an idea that there were many different schemes of making money online on your own time without having any formal education, which realistically I didn't. And I remember like it was yesterday, that very same night I came across the same skill that I've been doing now for the past 7 years, which with the blessing and the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has grown to multiple six figures in revenue. And I truly think it was just the sincerity that I may have had at that time, which opened my eyes to this amazing opportunity for Muslims all around the world, no matter where they are, no matter what their living conditions are, what their family situation may be, what responsibilities they have, that they can start their very own halal marketing agency, which not only is profitable, but it won't come in the way of their other responsibilities. And I mean whether it's school, whether it's work, or any other things that life may throw at us, or through which Allah may test us. And I truly think if it wasn't for me discovering this and being able to do what I am doing in terms of having an income and in terms of running a successful business, I wouldn't be able to serve my community and those around me with the knowledge that I do have. The last thing I want to think about when I'm giving a Jummah khutbah or I'm running a class for youngsters is, how am I going to make money? Where is my next paycheck going to come? And the fact that this all did work out for me is exactly why I want to help other Muslims do the same. And when I hear other Muslims complaining that their bosses or their managers is having an issue with them going for the simplest things like Jummah, and I'm not even talking about Christmas parties and mixed gatherings and all the other sinful environments a 9 to 5 puts us in, it really does make me wonder that, is this really the only way that you could possibly see out? Do you really think a 9 to 5 in today's day and age is the only way for you to provide for your family? But believe me when I tell you, throughout my entire experience of doing what I've been doing up until now and teaching other Muslims the same, there is a way out. That nothing is restricting you from having something on the side, a halal side hustle, of course, which eventually, inshallah, if you do it right and you take the right steps, and the biggest thing is if you have ikhlas and the correct sincerity of why you're doing what you're doing, then inshallah, no doubt, not only will you be able to provide for your family, but you do it in the best of fashions as well, all while continuing to grow as a Muslim and getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I want to remind everyone the beautiful and really motivating hadith of the Prophet ﷺ when he says, "An-nasu ma'adin ka-ma'adin al-fidda wa dhahab," that mankind, people, you and I, we are like mines of gold and silver. So we all have that shine, that value, that potential within us to succeed in both this world and the hereafter. All we really need to do is dig deep, put in the effort, inshallah, we'll see the fruits of our labor. Because success in this world and the hereafter is definitely possible.